My beloved child, this message was written into your day long before you pressed play. It is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment. You've walked through seasons where everything felt uncertain. People changed, plans collapsed, dreams felt delayed. And through it all, you kept asking, God, is there something more? Today, I answer that question with clarity. Yes, there is more. And the best that you've been waiting for has not only been released, it has arrived. You are no longer in the chapter of almost. You are no longer standing outside the door of breakthrough. The door has opened, not because you forced it, but because I ordained it. This moment is holy. This season is sacred. You've stepped into what many doubted you would reach, and now you will see what I promised in secret unfold in public. This message isn't just to comfort you. It's to wake you up. You've been surviving, yes, but now I am calling you to start living. Living in my abundance, living in my divine favor, living in the goodness that was always meant for you. You carried burdens in silence. You celebrated others while hiding your own sorrow. You smiled on the outside while aching on the inside. But I saw every tear, and not one drop was wasted. The pain was not pointless. It was preparing you. The silence was not my absence. It was my shelter. I was shaping something strong inside of you. Something that could not be broken by the storms. And now, what you carried in hope, you will hold in your hands. What you whispered to me in prayer, you will speak with joy as testimony. This is not another promise of soon. This is a declaration of now. This is the day your heart has longed for. This is the moment your spirit has been feeling coming for weeks. So child, don't resist it. Don't question it. Don't try to compare it to what others have. This blessing has your name on it. It is unique. It is tailored. It is divine. Because I, the Lord your God, do not hand out leftovers. I save the best for last. And what's arriving in your life now was reserved for the version of you that could carry it with wisdom. Let the heavens rejoice. Let your enemies be silenced. Let your faith come alive again, because the struggle that once defined you is giving way to a strength that will sustain you. The fear that held you back is being replaced with a confidence not of this world. And the door that I have opened for you will never be shut again. So pause now, take a deep breath, and type it with faith in the comments. I receive what heaven has prepared for me. Say it not because you see it, but because your soul believes it. Let every voice that doubted you be silenced by your obedience. Let every delay bow to my perfect timing. Because, child, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are exactly where I need you to be. Because the best has arrived for you. Now, walk through the door I've opened. Everything is about to change. The wait wasn't a waste. You waited longer than you thought you could, and at times you wondered if you had missed something. You saw others move forward. You saw doors open for people who didn't even ask. And in your quiet thoughts you whispered, Lord, have you forgotten me? But I had not. What felt like a delay was actually my hand building something deeper inside of you. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you. Because I knew what I was going to place in your hands required strength that could only be developed in silence. It required wisdom that only waiting can teach. It required maturity that only time could shape. Child, you were not being left behind. You were being anchored. Every lonely night, that was me pulling you into deeper trust. Every time you were overlooked, that was me setting you apart from the noise of distraction. Every tear you cried in secret, that was water, nourishing the roots of your calling. You thought nothing was happening, but beneath the surface, everything was being aligned. You didn't see the roots growing. You didn't hear the shifts taking place in the spirit, but I was there, weaving the pieces together, so that when the moment came, you would not just receive the blessing, you would carry it well. Some of what you called loss was actually mercy. Some of the people I removed were not meant to walk into your next season. Some of the opportunities I closed would have drained your joy and stolen your focus. You didn't fail. You were being fortified. I could have answered you quickly. I could have given you what you asked for instantly, but you would have settled. And I love you too much to let you settle for less than my best. I took my time because your purpose is too precious to be rushed. I allowed the silence so your spirit would become sensitive to my whisper. I stretched your faith so it would no longer bend under pressure. And now you are stronger, you are wiser, you are clearer. And above all, you are ready. I will make everything beautiful in its time. Not too early, not too late, but right on time. The pain didn't destroy you, it equipped you. The waiting didn't break you, it birthed you. You are not arriving empty. You are arriving with everything I built in you. Strength, endurance, discernment, humility, boldness, peace. And now that your foundation is strong, what I am bringing into your life will not collapse under pressure. This is why I made you wait, so that when the best arrived, you would not just receive it, you would sustain it. My timing was never about punishment, it was about protection. And child, now that the time has arrived, you will see why I made you wait, and you will thank me for it. Why the best looked different. I saw what you were expecting. You thought the best would be loud, dramatic, obvious. You thought it would arrive with celebration, with instant signs, with everyone noticing. You imagined bright lights, loud confirmation, and fast results. But that's not always how I work. My best doesn't come to impress, it comes to transform. I do not send gifts to perform for the world. I send them to restore your soul. And sometimes what's truly divine doesn't look like a reward. It looks like responsibility. It doesn't always bring comfort first. Sometimes it brings change. You prayed for peace, so I sent you quiet moments where you had to face yourself. You asked for love, so I brought someone who didn't flatter your ego but protected your spirit. You longed for a breakthrough, so I placed you in a space where you had to release what wasn't working. At first, you didn't recognize it. You almost walked away from what I sent because it didn't look like a blessing. But child, understand this. The best is not always beautiful in the beginning. Sometimes it looks ordinary because it hasn't bloomed yet. You expected a miracle that shouted your name. But I sent you a blessing that whispered, "You're safe here." I gave you a door that didn't need to be kicked down, just quietly opened. I surrounded you with people who didn't clap the loudest, but stayed the longest. I offered you peace that didn't remove all the chaos, but held you steady in the middle of it. That's how heaven works. Not always through noise, but through nurture. You thought the best would come with public approval, but what I gave you is private stability. You imagined it would feel exciting. But what I gave you is something even better. Security. And no, it didn't look the way you thought it would. Because what's popular isn't always purposeful. And what's fast isn't always fulfilling. You were looking for a spotlight, but I was building a sanctuary. Sometimes I hide the greatest things in places no one thinks to look. I hide beauty in brokenness. I hide favor in frustration. I hide answers in stillness. So if what I gave you didn't look like what you expected, pause, pray, and look again. Don't walk away just because it's wrapped in simplicity. Don't dismiss what I designed just because it came quietly. You asked me for what's real, and I gave it to you. Not because it sparkled on the outside, but because it had weight on the inside. True blessings have depth. They don't just decorate your life, they develop your life. That relationship that feels different, it's from me. That opportunity that doesn't seem exciting, but feels right, that's my doing. That new idea that doesn't make sense to others, but brings peace to your soul, yes, that's me too. So don't miss what I've sent because you expected something else. Don't measure my gifts by how loud they are. Measure them by how much they align with my spirit. Because my best doesn't come to impress your eyes, it comes to satisfy your heart. And now, child, it's time to open your eyes and see it for what it really is. The best has arrived. And even if it looked different, it was always exactly what you needed. The delivery has been made. Yes, this is your delivery notice. Not for something small, not for leftovers, but for something heaven personally signed with your name on it. You've been sensing something deep in your spirit. You've been waking up with new thoughts. You've felt a change, even if you couldn't explain it. That's because I already sent what you've been praying for. It's not stuck, it's not delayed, it has arrived. I moved the people, I arranged the timing, I set the path, and now the moment has come for you to receive. You don't need to strive, you don't need to beg, you simply need to come into agreement with me. Step into the alignment I've been gently guiding you toward. Step into the identity I've been speaking over you in silence. You've spent too long wondering if things would ever change, but now I want you to believe that they already have. Look around you with fresh eyes. Notice the new conversations. Notice the unexpected invitations. Notice how the old weight feels lighter. That is not random. That is me shifting your story. You see, when I release something from heaven, I don't send it halfway. I deliver it completely, and I don't send it where it will be wasted. I send it where it will be honored. This blessing was not meant to miss you. It didn't pass you by. It's not waiting on the perfect conditions. It came in my perfect timing. You asked me to open a door, but what I opened was much greater. I released favor, I released access, I released new oil for a new season, and it's all been delivered to you. So now I ask you, are you ready to receive what I've sent? Are you willing to stop expecting disappointment and start expecting me? I need you to walk as if it's already done. Talk as if it's already here. Think as someone who has already received the answer, because that's what faith looks like. Faith doesn't wait until it sees. Faith moves when it knows. This delivery was never about material things alone. This was about peace that stays, joy that can't be shaken, connections that are holy, doors that don't swing on your effort, but on my word. Your name is being spoken in places you haven't entered yet. Your presence is being prepared for rooms you never imagined. Your story is being rewritten right now. Why? Because the best I've promised isn't just on the way. It has been planted in your life, and you may not recognize it all at once, but each day you'll feel it unfolding. Each moment you'll notice divine fingerprints. The people who left, that was part of the delivery. The silence you endured, that was the wrapping paper. The stillness you feel now, that's me placing the gift gently into your spirit. So don't rush, don't doubt, don't undo what I've already done with fear or hesitation. Instead, wake up tomorrow with a new mindset. I'm walking in what God already delivered. I'm living in what heaven has released. I'm no longer waiting, I'm receiving. Because, child, the best has arrived. And it has your name on it. Why you had to be stripped first. I know it hurt. I know you didn't understand why certain people walked away. Why the doors you prayed to stay open suddenly slammed shut. Why what once felt like a blessing turned into something that broke you. But I was there. Not just watching, but working. There were things attached to you that couldn't come with you. There were habits, distractions, and even relationships that would have poisoned what I was preparing to give you. So yes, I stripped it away, not to leave you bare, but to make you ready. Because to receive what's holy, you can't be holding on to what's harmful. I saw your heart clinging to what was familiar, even when it wasn't fruitful. And so, in my mercy, I stepped in. I removed what you didn't have the strength to walk away from. You thought it was a loss, but it was a rescue. Some people only looked right on the outside, but they carried the wrong spirit on the inside. Some situations seemed good for your comfort, but they were suffocating your calling. And some opportunities you chased would have distracted you from the destiny I designed. I let them fall apart, so you wouldn't. I let it all come down, so you could rise up clean. Child, this wasn't punishment. This was purification. You prayed for more. You asked for better. You cried out for peace and truth and purpose. But you didn't realize that before I could give, I had to take away everything that couldn't hold it. I had to clear the space. I had to protect what was coming. And sometimes, that meant breaking your heart just enough to rebuild your life. I saw you try to hold on. I saw the confusion when I didn't restore what you begged me to save. But now, in this moment, you're starting to see why I did what I did. You've been emptied so I can fill you properly. You've been stripped so I can clothe you in something new. You've been humbled so I can lift you higher without pride standing in the way. Nothing I removed was greater than what I'm about to place in your hands. What I took wasn't punishment, it was preparation. What I removed wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Because I will never pour the holy into a vessel that's already full of what's unclean. You asked me for truth, so I exposed lies. You asked me for clarity, so I shattered illusions. You asked me for real love, so I separated you from what was pretending. And now that your hands are no longer holding what hurt you, they're finally free to receive what I've held for you all along. Now that your heart is open and healed, you're ready for the kind of joy that doesn't come and go. Now that your soul has been emptied of confusion, you can finally hear me clearly again. This is the reason I had to strip you first. Not because you were broken, but because you were becoming. And now, I see you ready for real love, ready for real peace, ready for purpose without compromise. So let go of the guilt, release the fear. Don't grieve what I removed, celebrate what I'm about to reveal. Because now that your hands are open, I can trust you with my best. Signs you're already walking in it. You've been feeling a strange calm lately, haven't you? That calm that doesn't make sense to your mind, but feels like peace to your soul. That's not ordinary. That's me. Your heart isn't racing like it used to. You're not reacting to things that once drained you. You've stopped chasing after people who never valued your presence. You've begun to breathe easier, even in uncertain moments. That is a sign. It means the shift already started. It means my promise is no longer a distant hope. It is now your current reality. Listen closely. You've started thinking differently. You're no longer clinging to what broke you. You're no longer waking up with fear gripping your chest. Instead, you feel a quiet strength that wasn't there before. That is me. When your spirit begins to feel peace in places that used to trigger panic. That's me walking with you. When people who once distracted you begin to fall away quietly. That's me making room for better company. You're not just seeing new things, you're seeing yourself differently. You're recognizing your worth, you're guarding your time. You're speaking less, but speaking with more power. These are not changes from your own strength. They are the results of my presence. They are the fruit of walking in what I've already given you. Even your relationships are shifting. You've noticed new connections, more sincere conversations, less noise, more depth, less drama, more clarity. Because when my best arrives, it doesn't just bring gifts, it brings alignment. Look at how your desires have changed. The things that used to impress you no longer move you. The places you used to run toward no longer attract you, because your spirit has outgrown what no longer feeds it. You've started dreaming again. But this time, your dreams are not rooted in fear or comparison. They are rooted in purpose. They are filled with peace. They are guided by vision. That's a sign. That's how I speak. Not always through words, but through shifted atmospheres. You don't feel as tired. You found strength in your silence. You're not rushing anymore. You're flowing with a new rhythm, a rhythm I orchestrated for this season. And that whisper you keep hearing, that sense that something good is near, even if your surroundings haven't caught up yet, that's not fantasy. That's faith recognizing fulfillment. You are not getting ready anymore. You are already inside what I promised. You just need to adjust your vision to see it clearly. You don't have to force open doors anymore. You don't have to prove your worth anymore. You don't have to wait to be chosen anymore. You've already been chosen. The door has already opened. The path has already been cleared. Now you must walk with the mindset of someone who has received. Stop saying maybe. Start saying already. Stop saying soon. Start saying now. Because what's around you is no longer resistance, it's release. What you feel isn't confusion, it's confirmation. You're not being stretched anymore. You're being sent. You're not preparing for the breakthrough. You are the breakthrough walking into rooms that need your light. And every time you smile without fear, every time you forgive and move forward, every time you choose peace over panic, that is evidence. That is proof. You are not waiting for the best to arrive. You're already walking in it. Don't sabotage what has come. Now hear me closely, child. I didn't bring you this far for you to slip back into old ways. I didn't deliver the blessing just so you could hand it over to fear. I didn't place the promise in your life for it to be damaged by doubt. I gave you my best, and now I need you to protect it. This is not the time to look back. This is not the season to return to what I rescued you from. Old habits, old patterns, old mindsets. They do not belong in this new season. They are not equipped to carry what I have given you now. Be careful not to confuse comfort with calling. Not everything familiar is faithful. Not everything old is safe. Some of the places you used to run to cannot survive in the light I've placed around you. They do not honor the oil I've poured over your life. They will only try to drain you, to pull you back into who you used to be. But child, you've changed, and what I've given you requires a new level of responsibility. You've asked me for blessings, but blessings must be stewarded. You've prayed for promotion, but promotion comes with pressure. You've cried out for purpose, and now that purpose is here. Don't sabotage it by shrinking when it asks you to stretch. Do not go back to comparing yourself to others. What I've given you is tailored to you. It doesn't have to look like theirs to be real. It doesn't need outside validation to be valuable. And no, you didn't earn it, but I still gave it. Because my blessings are not about perfection. They're about positioning, and I positioned you for this moment. So don't let doubt talk you out of what I've said is yours. Don't let the enemy convince you that you don't deserve it. You do, because I said so. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Revelation 3:8. I opened that door for you. Not them, not the crowd, you. Now walk through it without hesitation. Hold what I've given you with honor. Treat it as sacred, because it is. Every opportunity I've sent, every relationship I've ordained, every resource I've released, it all has purpose. Don't misuse it. Don't let pride distort it. Don't let fear destroy it. I want you to keep it. I want it to grow in your life. I want it to bear fruit that lasts. But that means you must stay rooted in me. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay wise. The best has arrived. But now the question is, can you hold it without dropping it? Can you treat it with the same care that you prayed for it with? Can you protect it, not just from others, but from yourself? Remember, sometimes it's not the enemy that blocks the blessing. It's self-sabotage. It's the fear of success, the fear of losing it, the fear of not being enough. But I say this clearly. You are enough. You are chosen. You are equipped. So trust what I've placed in your hands. Don't treat it like it's temporary. Don't lower your standards just to keep people who never understood it. Don't bury it in silence. Use it. Speak it. Walk in it. Because I didn't give you the best for it to be wasted. I gave it to you to multiply, to bless others, to shift your family, to start something eternal. Guard it like a treasure, grow it like a garden. Give me glory through every part of it. The blessing has come. Now keep it alive. Don't sabotage what I've already secured. The best comes with a mission. I didn't bless you just to bless you. I blessed you so others could see me through you. What I've placed in your life now is not just for comfort, it's connected to your purpose. The best that has arrived is an assignment. It carries responsibility. It carries light. And I want that light to shine. Let your words reflect what I've given you. Let your choices show the strength you now walk in. Let your prayers come from bold faith, not fear. People are watching. They're looking for proof that I still move. And when they see your peace, your transformation, your breakthrough, they'll know I'm still in the business of miracles. So don't shrink. Don't play small. Walk confidently. Not to impress, but to inspire, to lead others home, to point them back to me. I gave you this gift for a reason. Now go and make it count. The enemy is now silenced. Every voice that spoke against you, every lie whispered to slow you down, every plan formed to stop your progress has failed. The attacks didn't work, the delays didn't break you, the darkness didn't win, because I stepped in. And when I speak, no force can undo what I've done. I've turned the tables. What was meant to harm you will now work in your favor. The enemy that tried to block your blessing now stands powerless. Their noise has been silenced. Their plans have been canceled. Their access to your future denied. You carry something holy now, and I will not allow anything to interfere with what I've placed in your hands. The best has arrived, and no one, no spirit, no word, no weapon can take it away. Stand firm. You are covered. You are protected. You are victorious. A new way of walking. You can't walk the same way anymore. This is a new level, and it calls for a new mindset. No more second guessing. No more living like the blessing hasn't come. No more doubting if you're ready. You are ready. You are chosen. You are already inside the promise. So speak with faith. Decide with peace. Move with purpose. You don't need to rush. You just need to walk in step with me. Leave behind the language of waiting. Start living in the reality of receiving. Stand tall, even if no one claps. Stand strong, even if your legs still remember the pain. Because now you carry my glory. You carry my yes. You carry my best. This is not just a new page in your story. It's a new beginning altogether. And you don't have to chase what's already been given. So lift your head. Walk forward. Not as one who is hoping, but as one who knows. The best is not coming. The best is here. I held it until now, just for you. My child, I didn't withhold this blessing to punish you. I held it because I love you. I knew what I prepared was special, and I wanted you to receive it when your heart could fully understand its worth. You had to go through the process. You had to grow. You had to heal. Because the gift I'm placing in your life now carries more than joy, it carries purpose. And now, you're ready. Your hands are open. Your heart is clear. Your spirit is strong. This blessing didn't pass you by. It didn't get delayed. It was waiting for you to become who I always saw you becoming. And now, it's yours. Walk with it, protect it. Let it change how you speak, how you live, and how you love. Because what I've given you today wasn't random, it was perfectly timed. The best has arrived, and it's just the beginning. Heavenly Father, thank you for this moment of revelation. Thank you for the soul who has listened with open ears and an open heart. I pray you seal this message deep within them. Let this not just be encouragement, but activation. Let them walk boldly in the blessing you have released. Protect what they carry. Surround them with divine helpers. Open their eyes to recognize what has already arrived. And may their life reflect the glory of a God who keeps every promise. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.